Now, behind me, you can see the Blair House. This is where the Prime Minister Modi is going to stay. It's a very important message in itself because this is where most important and most closest allies of the United States actually are allowed or are given the honor to stay. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be staying at the Blair House. Now, this is going to be the 9th meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Trump. There is a lot of discussion around what can be announced, what cannot be announced, things that are on table, things that are not on the table. But one message is pretty clear, that the visit itself, is giving the message that India and the U.S. are very close partners, and it will be important to also note that President Trump has not even completed 30 days into his new administration, has already invited Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In the history of the visits of Indian Prime Minister, this has never happened. So it's a big message in itself. Trump is sending to the world that one of his closest partners and allies could be and will be India. If you look at the list, Netanyahu has visited, was the first one to come to the White House, followed by the Japanese Prime Minister, followed by the Kingdom of Jordan, and it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who is coming to the White House. Now, his program is jam-packed. He is going to be being involved in a lot of meetings. We are being told there is a pre-discussion going on between the Trump administration and the Indian delegation. When the Prime Minister arrives, he's going to be the customary greeting to the Indian Americans, followed by some meetings. And tomorrow is the day of impact, when he's going to be meeting with a lot of people. We've told that there could be a possible meeting with Elon Musk. Could be a possible meeting with the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and there will be important things discussed. First and the foremost, tariff, which is very close to President Trump's heart. He's always talked about it, that India has a lot of tariff, and that would be on the table. Indian side have already made some concessions on those things. We've seen in the recent budget how India reduced tariffs on one of the key or important things that is close to Trump's heart, which is Harley Davidson motorcycles and other items. Also on the table, it will be buying more energy and oil and coal from the United States. Again, allowing Donald Trump to drive a message domestically that people are not only investing, they're also purchasing stuff from the U.S. When we talk about purchasing stuff from the U.S., there are talks about India could be getting some more defense-related stuff from the U.S., and the announcement could be made tomorrow after the meeting. And immigration will also be discussed. India has already committed to taking 18,000 illegal, undocumented Indian Americans who have lived in America without papers. So those will be the important topics that we will talk about. So trade, tariffs, immigration, security. Big news coming from Washington, D.C. today, that President Trump has made a call to Russian President Vladimir Putin and also spoken to Zelensky. After he spoke to Putin, there is a meeting on Friday at the Munich Security Conference where J.D. Vance is going to lead a delegation to talk and take the peace effort forward. That would also feature highly between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Donald Trump. And America has said before that it looks at India and it looks at Prime Minister Modi as somebody who could probably bring that peace. So another thing to watch out for. And then there's the question of global security and cooperation and competing with China. That will also be discussed when Prime Minister Modi meets with President Donald Trump tomorrow. A big day tomorrow. There's going to be meetings back-to-back starting from 10:30 a.m. And then Prime Minister arrives at the White House at around 2:30 p.m. He's going to stay entire afternoon. He's going to have his dinner and then leave White House and then fly back to India. So it's the Washington D.C. is all set to witness a historic moment. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi meeting with Donald Trump, who got re-elected with a huge mandate, and both looking to drive not only a global agenda but also trying to please their home audience. This is Rohit Sharma from Washington, D.C.